All right, cash and banking. I listened to your podcast today and about money, how it's just a number while relating to paychecks. I couldn't agree more that they are intentionally phasing out cash, period. Every payday, I go to the bank and I take out all of my cash except what is needed to cover my bills, and the bank people look at me like I'm an idiot. On a regular basis, I walk out of there with $7 to $8 grand in cash at least once or twice a month. And they actually interrogate me about why I'm taking all my money out of the bank and how come I don't need my money in the bank. All my friends think I'm a conspiracy theorist because I buy silver by the pound and other precious metals. Dude, you need to shut up. Stop telling your friends that you do this shit. You're opening yourself up to get robbed. All right? Just act like you're just taking everything down to the fucking bank. Why are you telling me this? All right, all my friends think I'm a conspiracy theorist. I buy silver. I refuse to keep money in the bank, and if we ever go into a Great Depression or the government collapses, they're going to seize everybody's money in the bank accounts, guaranteed. So I'll keep all my cash hidden at home, which if the currency crashes, really in the end, it doesn't do me any good because it won't be worth shit. But I don't like the government to know how much money I have at any given moment. I think it's a good practice. So yeah, I think people should take their money out of the bank every payday. Actual physical money and dollar bills. Plus, when I have the cash in my hand and I run out of it, there's no way I can spend more than I have. I also don't believe in credit cards. Everything I bought was with cash, even cars. $30,000 cars bought with cash. It may throw up a few red flags, but fuck them. No, it doesn't. Not if you're, if you're paying taxes on all. Once you deposit it in the bank, there's a record of it. And I think the banks want to know what you're doing with it. They always want to know what you're doing with your money because they want to make money off your money. So what you do every week by giving them money is you give them an interest-free loan on their money. I guess they give you a couple of points interest. They provide the service of keeping your money safe, allegedly, even though they're a bunch of crooks, and then they loan it out to your fellow countrymen at super high rates. And, this is another thing, too. If you put $7-8 grand in there, they can loan $8,000. They can 100% loan out all that money, like, I don't know, like times 3 or some shit. It's crazy. Back in the day, like, when you ran a bank responsibly, say if you had 10 grand in the bank, you could only loan out, like, there was a certain percentage you couldn't go past, like 30%. I can't remember what it was, but, so the money was still there. And the bankers, through paying off politicians, kept getting that money, that number, the percentage bumped up and up and up and up, and they kept getting more and more deregulated, more and more deregulated. Now when you put the money in, they can loan, you put 1,000 in, they can loan out not only 100% of that 1,000, they can loan like another $3,000 off of that 1,000 for you, and you. So they basically counterfeited like $3 grand. As far as the shit that I've read, and I haven't looked that stuff up for a while. Things might have changed after 2008, but it's a pretty shady thing. But I will tell you, I don't feel comfortable having a bunch of cash in the fucking house. I always hear the first 48 playing in my head. So, good luck to you. You know what I did after a while? I just tapped out of conspiracy theory. I got a fucking dog. I watch sports, and I take comfort knowing that I can only die once. That's what I do. All right. Okay. Oh, Jesus, another fucking hair loss thing. Is this going to be another guy asking me, should I shave my head? Should I not shave my head? Should I glue something on there? Hey, flowers for billion. I'll keep it short, parentheses, and thinning. I've been losing my hair for the past couple of years. It's thinning at the top and has been doing so for 6 years. I know you've gone through the same predicament. You're very perceptive. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think you know what I'm talking about here. He goes, I know it shouldn't matter. And I should probably just shave it, but I love my hair. My God, do I love my hair. I remember when I used to get my hair cut, every barber or stylist I went to said how it was so thick and I would never have to worry about going bald. Those lying fucks. So when it started thinning, I, like most guys, started reading everything I could. I found out that most men have had success with Propecia. It's a one-day pill that you take. 60% of men have regrowth, while 30% keep what they have. Now, what does that mean? 60% have regrowth and 30% of that 60%? Yeah, I guess that would be, yeah, that's obviously what that would be. Keep what they have. No. Or is that the other 30? 60% keep what they have. No, 60%, Jesus Christ, Bill, have regrowth. 30% keep what they have. So now are we up to 90%? Yeah, I guess we would be. And it seems not to work for about 10% of men. So it seems like a no-brainer to at least try, right? Well, for about 2% of men. All right, dude, you said 60, 30, 10, and now 2. We're up to 102% here. So there's some fucking overlap. It makes their dick not work. They complain of weaker to no erections. Since looks are, that's fucking hilarious. So you keep your hair to get the girl, you come home, and then your dick doesn't work. That's exactly why I don't fuck with that shit, because you can never have your cake and eat it. So I just feel like there's going to be some sort of damage that it does. I just, dude, I'm 48 years old. What am I going to join a boy band? It's fucking over. I got to be honest with you. If you don't fight aging, it's pretty painless. I go to the gym. I keep myself in good shape. But all of that other shit, this fucking woman was telling me this weekend that out here in Hollywood, or possibly around the country, I don't know, this is the most disgusting thing as far as vanity I think I've heard in a long time. Do you know they have Botox parties? Like they come over, they drink drinks, they watch a show or something like that, and then you can go over and you get like that shit that makes your face look like the Joker. Just shot into your face, like this foreign chemical under your skin. I guess it's your skull right there, and it is protecting your brain, but I just feel like somehow it's got to leak in there, right? Or it goes into your fucking bloodstream or something. Somehow it ends up in your brain. You're just literally injecting chemicals into your fucking face. It's the amount of people that won't do heroin but will put Botox in their body. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's whatever the fuck you're into. I don't know. I like I said, if you just accept the fact that, you're no longer young and you dress your age, you don't look that, if you keep yourself in shape, you look fine. You know what I mean? You don't look sexy. You're not attractive, but you shouldn't be. You should have gotten all that out of your fucking system. This whole fucking thing that you got like these broads on the fucking Real Housewives walking around with their bedazzled jeans. They got like 4 kids and they're still fucking putting, hooker jeans on. It's like, what are you doing? You're a mom. The husband's walking around with fucking tank tops on. I just don't understand. Put on a sport coat. You're supposed to be adults. I don't know. I blame Madonna. No, I don't. She looks great. What am I talking about? He goes, oh, what the fuck? Shut up. You'd still bang her. Hillary hot sauce. Oh, hot sauce Hillary. Yo, Billy, listen to your Thursday podcast, and the bit about Hillary and the hot sauce is actually true. There are interviews with her talking about this over a decade or so. Apparently in the 90s, she learned how healthy it was to eat hot peppers, and so she did, and she grew to love hot sauce. It's also known that she kept a lot of hot sauces at the White House where she lived. Anyways, for some reason, I felt bad for her, so I thought I'd write you. Well, here's the fucking thing. You know what? I like? I like fried chicken. Okay? I would never bring that up if I was talking to a bunch of black people trying to get their votes. You know what I mean? Even if she is into it, what you just said, she is fine. It's still it was just tacky. Hot sauce. I always had, it wasn't lipstick. It wasn't anything like that. All the other bullshit that she has. I just don't buy it. And I just think they're lying sacks of shit. And I've had 20 years experience watching them on TV. I lived in New York when she was a senator there. I watched Bill Clinton for 8 fucking years. I can't stand them. I think they'll literally fucking say anything. I think they're bought and paid for. They are the fucking devil. Not literally they're evil, but they're just the same evil that you're dealing with. And it doesn't make a difference if she's black, if she's got a dick or a vagina. It's going to be more of the same if you pick her. And I think that's why you have 2 fucking extreme people I think people are sick of that, and that's why Bernie's still in it and Trump is still in it, because I think, generally speaking, people know that whatever the fuck we're doing, it's not working. It's not fucking working. So, and maybe nobody can fix it. You know what I mean? You got fucking, 400 or 500 million people. You can get them all to try to tug the rope in the same direction. I mean, it's a very difficult thing to do. And I don't know. I just wish the election was tomorrow and we could just get it over with. I saw this funny sign on the internet. And it said, 2016, everybody sucks. or something like that. Something about all the candidates. No, but there's, I don't know. I butchered it. You know what? To make up for me just butchering that thing, I might have to put the picture of it, which I probably won't be able to find. So I think I'll just have to take it, that I fucked that up. All right, Tom Brady and Jim Irsay. All right, even I'm sick of this fucking story at this point. What up, Billy Boy? Big fan of your blah, 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 blah. Of course, the Pats didn't beat the Colts by 34 because of a deflated balls. That's not the point, though. Here's an example. If a baseball player is on steroid but goes 0 for 5 on a particular day. What do you mean that's not the point, though? I don't know what point you made. I guess you're saying the deflated ball didn't affect the outcome. If a baseball player is on steroid but goes 0 for 5 on a particular day, does that mean he didn't cheat? Of course not. I hate people who do this, who ask questions for me. The point I'm making is that it's not about the results. It's about breaking the rules. See, this is why I can't stand people. This is not what that decision was about. Tom Brady's his suspension was reinstated, not because it was proven that he cheated. This last trial was all about, does a corporation have a right to discipline its employee? That's what it was about. That's what the NFL was fighting, because Tom Brady opened up a can of worms, which was basically like, we're your boss and we said you're suspended. He appealed it outside of the NFL into a court of law, which of course it didn't fucking hold up, because it was a complete kangaroo court horseshit fucking thing that happened. You know, where the owner of the other fucking team hires a guy to find dirt on the other fucking team, which you can do on anybody, right? And then one guy plays judge, jury, and executioner. You take it into a court of law. I knew that thing would get laughed out of court, which it fucking did. And Jim Irsay was looked to be a fucking moron. So then what happened, sir, is they changed their argument. They then went back to say, listen, we are the NFL, the corporation known as the National Football League. Tom Brady is an employee. All right? We said that he's suspended. We are his boss. We argue that we have the right to suspend our own employees. That's what it was about. Okay? So this is what kills me about all these people, including Michael Rappaport, who texted me, right? He fucking texted me, and he goes, ha, motherfucker, guilty until proven innocent. Like Tom Brady was his suspension was reactivated, thus vindicating everybody that says Tom Brady's a cheat. You guys are not paying attention to the fucking story. That's not what happened. What happened was the NFL, in a court of law, won the right to suspend Tom Brady because Tom Brady is a fucking... Oh, God, is there anything more relentless than when your fucking wife calls? Jesus Christ. I got 2 more minutes here. All right, I'll answer it here. Hang on a second. I'll answer it. Hello? It's connecting. Hey, I'm finishing my podcast. That's why I have a microphone and headphones on. I'll call you right back, cutie. All right, bye. Anyways, that's what happened. So I'll read the rest of this guy's shit. Most Buffalo Wild Wing dopes think what happened was the NFL appealed it and it got proven that Tom Brady is in fact a cheater. That was never proven. It was never proven. All right. So I don't know what. So he goes, if Brady broke the rule, then he should be punished. I don't know if he did or he didn't. I'm just tired of the argument that since Pats The Pats blew out the Colts. It doesn't matter. Another thing you always say that the Colts owner got rules changed to benefit his teams. What rules were changed? As far as I know, he only asked that the league enforce rules that were already in place. No, he sat on the rules committee. When we beat him and we roughed up his receivers, he bitched to the referees, and the referees said that's legal. He then made a tape. He and Peyton Manning made a tape, went to the NFL, and the NFL said that's legal. Jim Irsay got on the rules committee. He spearheaded a movement to make the way we covered their receivers not legal. Okay? The Colts had a better offense than we did at the time. We had a better defense. He made a rule change that tipped it in favor of him. This guy is fucking filthy. He's fucking filthy. Those are what changed. And why do I have to tell you that? Why don't you fucking look it up like you can't find it? Anyways, he goes, as far as I know, he only asked for the no. Yeah, as far as you know, yeah, because you didn't look it up. The 5-yard rule for receivers has been around forever. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. That happened in my lifetime. The first thing it was the Mel Blount rule when he beat the shit out of Golden Richards in the Super Bowl. You're speaking in generalities. I can't stand people like this. Oh, that's been around forever. Oh, this blah, blah, blah. Oh, this. They don't even look it up. That's like Verzi. When Verzi fucking goes like, Joe Montana had Jerry Rice. It's like he didn't have him for his first 2 Super Bowls. He had nobody in 81. He had Freddie Solomon and Dwight Clark. Those were his number 1 and 2 receivers. And he had some guy, Earl Cooper, as a fucking running back. He won with nobody. He won with people. He won with stars. He won with people. He won with stars, right? These fucking millennials. I don't understand them. Whatever. Pre-millennials. They just don't look at anything up. He said Irsay simply wanted it enforced. What's wrong with that? Please respond on your podcast. Even if you shit on me, I'll remain a listener. You're a funny motherfucker. Dude, that's not what fucking happened. And all of this shit happened in your lifetime. You're just having selective memory. He fucking... he said to the referees, look at this tape. Look what they did. They go, yeah, we saw it. That's legal. Unreal. And then they made the tape. How do you forget this shit? It was like a little over 10 years ago. Go look it up. That's what the fuck happened. And then it became, you can't touch him at all. It wasn't after 5 yards. It wasn't before the 5 yards they were touching him. It was after them. The physical contact that they were having after that they were bitching about. And then that's when it came, okay, you can do the 5-yard chuck, and then after that bullshit, you can't touch anybody at all. You used to be able to hand check. I'm not saying like, that, 10 years ago, you could fucking beat the shit out of me. I'm not saying that, but it's gradually kept moving towards what Jim Irsay finally had was like, okay, you can push the guy, in the first 5 yards, and then this is the Jim Irsay rule, and then after that, you can't do anything. Okay, which is why right after that, all of a sudden, all of Dan Marino's records started falling right and left. I remember one year there was like Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and like fucking Tom Brady were all on pace to break his like almost 30-year-old record of yards in a season. Because of those ridiculous things. It became almost illegal to cover a receiver. It was never like that when I was growing up, ever. And if you don't believe me, do your homework. Go look at old NFL footage, the shit that you could do. The NBA is the same fucking way. You could beat the shit out of somebody if they came down the fucking lane. I mean, what Kevin McHale did to Kurt Rambis, back in the day, that would be like a 10-game suspension. Or whatever. You'd be suspended for a number of games. And as far as I know, nobody even got thrown out. But I am going back like 30 years. So please, I don't give a fuck if you want to shit on my team, but just do your homework. That last trial was about a corporation's right to suspend an employee. That's what it was about. It wasn't about whether Tom Brady was guilty. And for all you cunts out there who are just obsessed with this air pressure, what if Tom Brady had fucking steroids delivered to his fucking mailbox in his wife's name? Give me a fucking break already. And even then, I got to be honest with you, I don't think steroids change the outcome of the game. They help your personal performance. But if steroids just meant you won the game, then, teams that did steroids, when they just go undefeated, I don't know. It gives you a competitive edge. It does. And, whatever. I am not against steroids. I think steroids should be fucking legalized. They should be researched to the hilt, and literally for the quality of life that everyone's going to have. I mean, singers blow out their voices. They get to take a steroid, and they go out and sing their fucking song. Nobody in the crowd says that they cheated, right? I don't know. Anyways, let's plow ahead. Whatever. I'm done arguing that, especially at this point when all of that information that I just said is out there. I might have had a couple of things wrong because I don't have literally the documents in front of me, but basically what I'm saying is true. And I just don't want to argue this shit anymore, okay? No matter what, this guy's going to get suspended because at the end of the day, he works for this fucking corporation. And you know what? The NFL is actually right. I think they're wrong to suspend Tom Brady. I think that the investigation and all of that was an absolute fucking witch hunt. I think all of that is bullshit. But I do think that the NFL as a corporation has to maintain the right to suspend somebody. So if the bus has to roll over Tom Brady, then so be it, because it's going to make for a better league. Because if he gets away with this, then everybody's going to appeal it outside of the NFL, and then they lose control. And as much as I'm not a fan of monopolies, as a sports fan, it works out great. Like the UFC is the shit because the fighters have no options. I feel bad for those guys, but it's great for me as a fight fan because the best guys have to fight the best guys. Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I'm just checking in on you. How are you? How's your week going? Oh, back to the grind. Huh? Back to the fucking grind. You too? Oh yeah? How was your time off? You have a nice holiday? Did you? Oh yeah? How old is she now? Really? Can I jerk off to her yet? Just kidding. I'll see you at break. All right. Huh? You having those fucking conversations? Oh, the holidays are over. And it's back to the grind, sitting in traffic, going to your cubicle. I think I'm going to kill my boss if I don't drive into the wall. I actually had a fucking panic attack, not a semi-panic attack, sort of like I fucking nosedived into a bit of a depression yesterday, just thinking, another fucking year. Here we go again. Here we fucking go again.
We have a mechanical problem with the aircraft. We're just going to pull over here on the tarmac. We have a landing light that is inoperable at this moment. We're going to sit tight here and wait till the mechanics come out here, which I do not have a estimated time on at this point. But when we do get some more information, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And until then, once again, we apologize for the delay and just trying to sit back and relax as best you can. I've got to try to keep the air on. Apologize if it gets a little hot back there.
Another fucking year of that. Another fucking year of that. The shows are great. It's the getting to the shows. Oh, God, people taking their fucking shoes. Look, if you take your shoes off and you have socks on, I fucking get it, all right? Just don't rub your feet together. I've talked about it before, Mac. Just can you not rub your fucking feet together? Foot. It fucking drives me nuts. I just want to punch the back of the fucking chair. Anyways, what is going on with me? I'm going to be on the Colin Cowherd show today, hyping F is for Family. I'm going into Netflix today, and we're going to do our little song and dance and pitch them our season arc for season 2. Basically, that's what you do. After you do the first one, and they go, hey, yeah, we're pretty good. But now where are you going to go? Where are you going to go with it now? And then you got to get in there. Yada, da, 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 woo, doo, 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 doo. He does this. She does that. Give us some more fucking money, please. And then they go, we'll think about it. Then everybody walks out going, I think that went good. You think it went good? I think it went good. I don't know. We're here. When should we hear? Tuesday. Wednesday at the latest.
We want to thank everybody for flying the friendly skies here today. Fortunately, we're dealing with a little bit of weather in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're number 72 in line. Fortunately, there's really nothing we could do here Be patient. We're going to try to make up some time when we're in the air. Going to try to fly a little faster. Burn a little more fuel. We're going to try to put our own hole in the ozone layer. You know what I'm saying? Another year of that. But you know what else? Sometimes, I don't know. Every once in a while, I just fucking drive down the street. I just see a homeless guy laying on the sidewalk sleeping. And as much as uncomfortable as it is, you just look and just like, I would fucking love to do that right now. Just pull over and lay down on the ground and take a fucking nap. Now, I don't want to live outside. And granted, I know that homeless guy is sleeping during the day because at night, that's when the people come up out of the sewer drains, like in fucking Escape from New York, because they have to feed. So when you're homeless, you got to be up at night. A lot of people are just bum, taking a nap in the middle of the fucking afternoon. That's because at night, right? He's having like a fucking, a 2x4 fight. Fighting off. Get away from my box! Yeah! Right? He's dealing with that shit. So, but I like the nap part of it. I'm actually looking at the homeless guy's life the way a woman looks at a man's life. Like, I want to do that. I don't want to pay the price for it, but I'd like that in my life. Equal rights. Oh, I am in a fucking mood. I don't know what to tell you guys. I got nothing else. I can't even do a fucking hour. That's how little I've been doing this week. I got caught up on Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders. I don't know nothing about no robbery. Peaky Blinders with subtitles. I'm up to the first episode of season 2, so I'm going to blow through that this week. And then my wife is watching Bloodline. I believe that's the name of it, with Norbert Leo Butz, who I did a failed pilot with a long time ago. And he's a fucking great guy. And I keep walking in there, and he's absolutely crushing every scene. And so I got to watch it out of solidarity. We actually, a long time ago, did a fucking pilot. Did I ever tell you guys this fucking story? We did a pilot, and they wanted edgy. All right? I thought I told you guys this one. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? They wanted edgy. Okay? It was, and they were letting us go really far. And the pilot name was Playing Chicken, was the name of this pilot. And the premise was me and Norbert were brothers. He was Republican, and I was Democrat. And Norbert's character was paralyzed from the waist down. And he was paralyzed because he was playing chicken on a fucking jet ski, and neither person turned away. And he got paralyzed. So that's what's the name of it. So that's already the fucking premise. So he was like over the top, fuck homeless people and all that shit. So anyway, so we're doing, whatever. They write this edgy fucking pilot. And right as we're about ready to do the fucking run through, where all the fucking major network guys come down. It's basically it's like a live play. All right, let me just give you a little back. Basically what happens is if you're on a sitcom, you have the table read on Monday, right? If it kills, you go upstairs and you do a bunch of blocking in the fake living rooms and all that, which is basically, I'm going to stand over here when I do this. You go through the whole fucking thing. If it bombs and they know that they're going to rewrite a lot of shit, you have a quick fucking day like, well, we're going to get a new script tonight and this will be, a little bit different. So then Tuesday comes around, you fucking rehearse it, you still got your script in hand, and then you do a run through, and it's just for the production company, like whoever's making the thing. So that's friendly fire there. Those are like the executive producers and the people that wrote it, the writers and all that. So they watch it and they see what's working, what isn't, what needs to be fixed, what can stay the same, what they can add on to. And then Wednesday is the network run through, and that's when the people that can cancel your fucking show up and leave their sense of humor at the fucking door, right? So that's always a nerve-wracking fucking day, and you go out there, and if you do a couple lines, they don't get laughs, you start getting in your head like you're going to get fired, And as you're walking from one fake living room to the fake bar or coffee house that you hang out, the only sound you hear is the shoes of the fucking executives walking over to the next fucking
the next scene. So anyway, so we're doing this fucking pilot, and the opening scene is we're sitting there at some ice cream place eating ice cream, and this homeless guy, whatever, we're having a back and forth, and this homeless guy comes up and asks for money. So I, of course, being the liberal, go to give some money, and Norbert's character, being the conservative guy, you know, basically tells the guy to fuck off. So everybody's loving it. He actually, I remember, flicked ice cream at him. He decided he was going to do that during the fucking run-through because we weren't going to do it all day long, flicking ice cream at him. It'd be a fucking mess. So he just kept miming flicking the ice cream. That's what it was. So anyways, people are digging the pilot. You know, the producers and all the writers are all thinking it's funny. They're laughing it up. We do the regular run-through. It's going great. So now we got the network run-through, but the next day. And it just so happens that during that week or whatever, Don Imus said the nappy-headed hose fucking comment. And for whatever reason, all hell fucking breaks loose. Like, you know, Hitler's back. And it becomes this big fucking lightning rod thing that allows a bunch of people who don't, you know, want to increase the fines with the FCC and all this shit. All basically what this one guy said on the radio trickles all the way down to our pilot that has these fucking suits nervous, you know, just in general about we better watch our step because Don Imus, I don't know what, lost some advertising money. So they're in that fucking headspace, and they come down to our show where we got a half-paralyzed guy, you know, and the opening scene, we're doing the scene, it's getting zero laughs. And I remember when the homeless guy walked out, and they even gasped at that because they really made him look homeless. He was really dirty. And Norbert goes, all the jokes are bombing, and he goes and turns around and flips this fucking glob of ice cream and hits the actor right in the face, and they gasped. And no laugh. I mean, I thought it was going to kill. We thought it was the funniest shit ever. There wasn't a fucking, they just gasped. And then it ended, right? And then just the sound of their shoes just shuffling all the way down to the other side of the set for the next fucking scene. And dude, it was the worst run through I've ever been in. I'm talking, there was zero laughs. It was dead fucking silence. And I just remember walking by this one actress. She delivered her line, and it got nothing. And she walked by looking at me like, what the fuck is happening? And I almost bursted out laughing because for actors, it's like, fuck, I'm going to get fired and I'm going to be unemployed again. For a comedian, I can still, I'm not unemployed. I can just go back to doing shows. The fact that I'm on this thing is gravy. So the look on her face was just, I mean, I don't want her to be out of work, but it was just funny to me. So the more it was bombing, the harder I committed to what I was doing. Just because if you're going to bomb, you might as well just fucking do the triple Lindy. So I was just going bigger, and it just was just dead fucking silence. So the run-through ends. I mean, you can hear a fucking pin drop. And it was to the point I was like, dude, I don't even think they're going to shoot this fucking thing. So me and Norbert went back to the hotel. We go right to the bar, and we just start laughing, going, I'm getting fired. He's going, no, I'm getting fired. And we had like a bet. Who's going to get fired? It's like somebody's going down for that. It's like, you know, like LSU loses 3 in a row. Somebody's got to pay the price. Somebody's getting fucking fired. So they ended up showing up, and they would talk to both of us individually in our hotel rooms. I remember the guy that directed the thing. He came walking into my room and just sat down on my bed and started eating the peanuts, my peanuts, without asking. And it was the most arrogant thing I'd ever seen in my life. And I was just sitting there going like, it still bugs me to this day. I didn't say anything to that guy. But anyways, so they fucking, so they ended up toning this whole fucking thing down, right? They go, look, we're not going to get rid of you guys. It was the wrong tone, but blah, blah, blah. And then what ended up happening was they fucking dialed it back like 40%, really took all the balls out of it. And then, you know, a few days later, we shot the pilot in front of a live studio audience, and it actually killed. It went great, but it didn't end up getting picked up. And that's my story about bombing. Sorry, guys. I had to go in the well there, man. I ran out of fucking stories to tell you for this week.